As a kid, I loved football, or soccer as some of you call it. I could play for hours and not even think about getting tired. I remember scoring 6 goals in one game. That was fun. You tend to remember the good games and try to forget the bad ones. Well, unfortunately, the bad ones stick with you as well. My worst game happened years after I left school. I was now working for one of the largest methanol companies in the world. Every now and then, the company would host some fun events, and on this particular occasion, they hosted a football game. I was a young fella at the time. I found myself on a team full of supervisors and managers. As a matter of fact, the only non-supervisory personnel on that team was my friend Clifton and I. We played against a team of contractors. They were very good. It was obvious they played a lot. Imagine that game if you could. Poor Cliffy and I were the only 2 nobodies, and as a result, for most of the 90 minutes, the managers were managing the living daylights out of us. They were all barking orders and telling us what to do. Since most of them were overachievers, no one wanted to defend. Every man was trying to score. It was exhausting. I'm almost certain that most of these dudes never got a chance to play during PE at school, and now that they were the bosses, they were determined to make up for all the times they didn't make the team, and my friend and I paid the price. Final score 11-0. Worst game ever. Today, there are a lot of overnight preachers and ministers. They're popping up everywhere with their incessant live streaming and the always perpetually urgent word from God. Now, I'm not here to blast or bash any one of these ministers and prophets, but I must ask, if we're all strikers, who's the defenders? If we're all leaders, is anyone prepared to follow? The Lord declared in Matthew 20 and 27, "And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant." Servants are hard to come by these days. Ministers must know to humble themselves, understand the need to sit and learn under a real anointed leader, not some dude you saw on YouTube, but someone who can impart to you by the laying on of hands. In order to teach, you must first learn. To impart, you must first receive. In order to be exalted, you must be prepared to be abased. In order to preach, you must first listen. If we miss this pivotal step, then we will have a team full of overachievers headed for an embarrassing scoreline. Now think about that.